It is comforting to read that God is protecting us from great enemies, even though we don't really find ourselves in battles or wars right now. Good morning, I'm Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisney, Illinois, with your thoughts for Thursday. As the psalmist, or as King David, has relished the fact that God is his refuge against the strongest enemy that he would ever face. He reminds us in later verses that we might see others fall, but God does not let his people fall. In Psalm 91, verse 7, he says, 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only with your eyes shall you look and see the reward of the wicked, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. You see, David has seen nations crumble. He's seen them fall to a greater power during his day. He has seen powerful armies been overcome in battles by their enemy and watched their destruction. So he would sing of God's deliverance here, while 1,000 may fall at your side, or 10,000 at your right hand. These did not place their trust in God. And you may be able to see from afar, he says, the reward of the wicked, but it will not be near you, for God has promised to protect you from this evil world. He also says, this is because you have made the Lord your refuge. We need to remember what that word means here. Have we made him our refuge in the midst of troubles? Are we looking for another way of escape, or maybe even devised our own deliverance from the enemy in some way? He describes God as the Most High. Now, that may be the secret to our refuge. Realizing that if we could picture God as that eagle that is perched on a nest high above the dangers below and watching over his territory, or recognize that God is the Most High and he's the all-powerful sovereign over the universe. I'm afraid sometimes we like to place God in that proverbial box for safekeeping. And when I need deliverance, of course, I'll pull him out to work on my behalf. But you realize, of course, the Most High, the true and living God, cannot be contained in a box. He is ever working on our behalf, even when we don't realize he is at work. And the Bible says he may be slaying those 10,000 on my right hand before I even recognize the enemy is upon me. If God has become our dwelling place, then no evil, he says, shall befall you. He also promises that no plague shall come near your dwelling. Do we believe in that kind of protection? You see, in Egypt, the angel of death came and visited every Egyptian home, taking the firstborn from their families. But God passed over his people. And by that great strength and that great power, he can deliver us today too, if we dwell in him, place our trust in him, and make him our refuge.